All right. All right. I watched it. uh, we're looking at K-pop Demon Hunters today. If you don't know what that is, that's the latest mega hit on Netflix. About literally K-pop Demon Hunters. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, I watch a movie and I sit down here immediately upon finishing watching it, and then I spill what I thought about it, etc. It's pretty raw, no jump cuts, nothing like that. So, feel free to tune in or tune out. Wouldn't blame you either way. So, spoiler alert, you know the drill. I'm going to be talking about events in the film and the plot and scenes and the ending and all that. So, if you don't want spoilers, you can skip ahead on the little timestamp there that says thoughts, or you can just skip right to the rating if you want. And that will be no spoilers. If for some reason I mess up and give you a spoiler, I'll make sure to put in brackets spoilers beside the thoughts section. So, let's get into a brief synopsis. And by brief, I mean I try to be quick about it, and I never end up being quick about it. So, we'll try anyway. So, we got a backstory. We have ancient demon hunters that use their voice or music to basically keep the portal to the demon realm closed or whatever. Every generation there's a new group, so they show stuff like in the 30s, the 40s, the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s or something, and then we cut forward to the modern day, which is a K-pop group by the name of Huntrix, and they are the new demon fighting team. And the narrator who is telling us all this backstory ends up being a woman by the name of Celine, who sort of is their Charlie to their angels, I guess, or their Zordon to their Rangers, or their whatever you want to call it, their Luna to their Sailor Scouts, because it's an anime. I don't know. But anyway, that's their mentor or leader or whatever. So we're introduced to the three main characters. We've got Mira, who is basically described as the black sheep, essentially. She is a character who's a little bit feistier than the others, a little bit easier to get angry or blunt or, be rude without intentionally being rude, that kind of a character. Then we've got Zoe, who's billed as the rapper of the group, essentially. She's from the States, and she's kind of the sweetheart of the group. And then we're introduced to Rumi, last but not least. That's the purple hair, long-ass ponytail one, the leader of the group. So that's fun. We get some quick clips of them eating because, that's funny, right? You know, all these pop princesses chowing down on food, all that stuff. Anyway, they're on this plane and they're late for their concert. Turns out the plane is being, the entire crew of the plane are demons in disguise, and they can tell because I guess they don't really get the concept of what humans do or what Earth does, because one pours coffee in a flower, and so that gives it away right away. And we find out that you can tell essentially because there's markings on demons that are posing as people, or demons that are in person form, or whatever you want to call it. And they're kind of they look sort of like tribal tattoos or cracks or something. Anyway, needless to say, the demons are called out because these three have been hunting them for years now at this point, right? So we find out later in the film they've been mega pop stars for at least 5 years minimum. They've won 5 annual pop star awards or whatever, so they've been in the business at least 5 years. And thinking of other demon hunters, by season 5 Buffy was pretty tough, so I assume these three know what they're doing too. Anyway, needless to say, they kick these demons' asses, but the plane is wrecked, so they skydive onto their set right as the concert's going. The demons made them late, but they didn't make them miss it, so they show up and they do their little dance thing and all that fun stuff. Back in the demon world, I don't remember the name of the Demon King, but I'm going to just call him the Demon King because I don't remember. Anyway, Demon King's not impressed. The sole surviving demon from the airplane is all timid and you're not mad? He's and he just zaps her because, yeah, of course he's mad, whatever. Anyway, cue our antagonist for the film, essentially. So 5 demons that look suspiciously like people step up. They've got hats and everything and whatever, but they look like people. All the other demons look like demon things, but the leader of this quintet, I guess you'd call him, is, what was his name? Oh, jeez. Genu, that's what it was, Genu. So he is like, listen, I got me an idea. Let's beat them at their own game. So essentially he proposes a boy band to compete. So how the hunters use their voice to seal the gateway or whatever that allows demons to cross over or whatever. I guess they're proposing that they're going to use their voice to outsing them to, I guess, help it break down or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's the plan. So we've got post-show, we're introduced to another side character by the name of Bobby. He's their manager, I guess, and he says, okay, great job, guys. You've earned your vacation. You got 2 weeks to just do whatever you want. And of course, the girls are all super excited and they're ready to plop down on the couch and eat more food because that's what they do. And turns out that Rumi is a little bit of a workaholic because she secretly releases their new song Golden, and so right away that means they have to go perform it live pretty soon. I guess that's the way it works. I'm not really sure how K-pop works, but anyway, for the sake of the story, that's the narrative, and the other two girls are like, oh, for fuck's sakes, but then, you know, they're excited about it, whatever, it's fun. The song's killing it. They start practicing the song, and yeah, we get a little bit of a backstory too. I forgot to. Okay, so Rumi, we get a backstory of her where she's a little girl, and when Celine like first took her in and like I guess started building this pop demon hunter army of 3, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's revealed that she is part demon. So her father was a demon and her mother was not. But when the mother died, even though she had demon in him, Celine sort of agreed to take Rumi in and raise her as one of her own and love her like a parent, etc., despite the demonic part of her. So she has little marks on her shoulders, and you'll notice throughout the film, for the most part, she usually wears a long sleeve neck covering outfit, I guess, to hide her demonness. Her two compadres don't know this at all, so it's a little whole secret thing that's going on here, which if you ever watch a movie like this, probably gonna blow up in her face, right? Well, we'll see. Anyway, Rumi ends up losing her voice a little bit, which is kind of stressful. There's the big upcoming show, and it's like the big one apparently. So they're up for the, you know, Top of the Pops type style thing, whatever it is. And that apparently is such a big event and all that, and it's so, you know, spectacular that they use that to basically seal off that barrier for like a full year essentially. So that, like, instead of an army rushing through, you might get like 1 or 2 that slip through, I guess. But they bill it as like the end all for a full year. They're good, basically. So that's fun. Anyway, we're introduced to this doctor character. So Zoe knows this doctor who she says can give us like a tonic. It'll fix your voice. We're all good. It turns out to be grape juice, by the way. He's got like these bug eyes. It's a whole thing. You'll see it. Doesn't really play into anything too much. Anyway, when they're leaving, they see people coming down the aisle and they're like, oh shit, fans, they can't see us buying these tonics or whatever, so they like quickly cover their faces and everything, and it turns out to be some studly guys. 5 studly guys. Guess who that is, right? I wonder. It's the demons. Anyway, they're in human form. The hunters, or huntrix, I'll just call them because it's easier to say all 3 of them. Don't assume they're demons right away by any means, obviously, and so Genu bumps into her by accident, she falls, and her tonics go flying everywhere, and he extends his hand like he's going to help her out, and then he's just like, you know, brush the hair back, little cocky sumbitch. And of course, they were all falling in love with him until they found out they were all jerks, so that's great. Anyway, they walk off, and they're like, yeah, you should watch yourself. Cool. Couple blocks away, they find out that this is a new boy band, so they come on and do this soda pop song, which we'll get into the music later on. Anyway, they do this song, and all the fans of Huntrix are loving it. They're not like, you know, abandoning their favorite band or whatever, but this new one is new and exciting, so they're all into it and everything. And even the Huntrix girls are kind of like to the song or whatever, so it's undeniably catchy in world. They're not thrilled about that, however. I don't remember how she finds out that they're demons, but she does anyway. I think she sees like the arm, the pattern on the arm or something. Anyway, they're the demon boy band, and of course all of them, once they figure it out, they're like, okay, let's kill these motherfuckers. They don't say that, but whatever. So they prep for battle. Alas, it turns out that they're going to this autograph signing thing, and they sit down, and lo and behold, this new band called the Saja Boys, that's their name, the band name, they show up for also doing autographs. So the line splits, and like, of course, Huntrix is like, they took half our fans, what the hell? So Rumi, quick thinking, she's like, we're gonna sit together, therefore every fan gets everyone or whatever, and then there's no one. I don't know, I guess it like makes them feel better a little bit. Anyway, the other girls are kind of like, okay. Anyway, there's fake pleasantries, and they bicker back and forth, and finally the guys leave, and the autograph thing is over, and they're like, okay, well now we're gonna go get them. So they follow them, and there's this like a game show or something that these boys are on, and they're like chugging hot sauce or something, and it's some competition, and Huntrix is like sneaking up in the rafters, and they're like ready to strike as soon as the time is right, and they, all of a sudden you see Gino say, oh, and guess what, we have a special guest today, Huntrix, and of course the lights go up right on them in the rafters, and they're like, haha, hi. Anyway. Yeah, they jump down and they have to partake in this show. Anyway, the show ends, and they obviously go to chase them off. They chase him into like a bathhouse, and so there's, at the beginning of the movie, there was like an ongoing joke about how Mira and Zoe wanted to get Rumi to go to a bathhouse with them at some point because it's super relaxing or whatever, and she just never does. So anyway, they're like, okay, well, we finally got her in one, but lo and behold, a bunch of demons. Hooray! Anyway, so they have to fight all these demons. It's good times. Rumi, however, decides to say, no, okay, I'm going to end this right now. So she goes and chases this Genu fellow and catches up to him, and as they're scrapping, she rips her shirt, and then Genu looks, and he's like, oh shit, you're a demon too? And she's like, no, anyway, this whole thing, exposition, you know, that thing. So he knows now. Poof, he disappears before she can kill him. The other girls are screaming like, Rumi, can you come help us? We're getting overwhelmed. So she comes, saves the day, everything's good. Then you got an old man. Turns out it's a male bathhouse. So the old man's like, this is for men. And they're like, oh shit. And they leave all super embarrassed. And then just as the door shuts, you see a demon behind the old man suck his soul out of his back. So there we go. Gino goes back to hell or whatever demon dimension they're in and presents to his leader, listen, I got you a soul. It's like the first time in I don't even know how long, and the soul floats down, and he's like, okay, you guys, you know what? This might work. Keep it up. Anyway. What was next? I'm trying to keep this in order because I always go out of order when I'm trying to explain this stuff, right? So they're deciding to... Bobby comes in and he shows them the charts, and they're like, Soda Pop is killing it. Like, they're beating you. And they're like, okay, we can't do this. So they decide, okay, let's write a diss track. They're going to call it Takedown or something. And he's basically going to tear into them. They got the lyrical genius or whatever, so they're going to rip them a new a-hole. Verbally. Anyway, they're preparing the song, and they're going to play it at the... why do I not remember what it's called? I'm just going to call it Top of the Pops, because that's the thing that pops into my head. So, Top of the Pops, but like the Korean edition for K-pop. Whatever. Anyway, a little weird bird shows up. It's like a little crow, and he's got a hat on, and he's got like 3 eyes here, and so he's got like 6 eyes, and Rumi's alone at this point. She's like, what the fuck? She goes, and then this weird blue cat thing walks out, and it looks like kind of otherworldly and mystical, and it knocks over a little plant, and then there's like a whole gag of it trying to fix this plant for like a minute, and Rumi's just like, okay, I'll just fix it for you. And then the cat comes up, and then it hits the same plant again, whatever. It's a whole thing. Even the bird's like, oh, for fuck's sakes. Anyway, and then he goes, bleh, and out of his mouth is a little invitation. So Genu wants to meet up with her. She's like, okay, sure. Yeah, we could do that. Gets her sword and everything. She's ready to kick his flea-bitten ass. Oh, that's stupid. What else? Oh, I forgot to mention at the autograph thing, like, Genu is kind of... I don't know, he almost has like a soft moment where like a little girl comes up and drew him a picture and gives it to him, and he's kind of like, aw. But but he's a demon, so like, you know, conflictions, right? That's the first sign of, should I be the evil one in his head? Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, so they do the Top of the Pops thing, and Huntrix, for the first time in 5 years, loses to that stupid Soda Pop song. So they're not good. But I guess it's a weekly thing. I don't really know, because they have another one, and then they win with Golden, so they win it back. So it's, I guess, like a back and forth, you know, chart fighting thing, which is what happens, to be fair. Anyway, she goes and meets Genu, and it's basically business as usual. And they have a little heart-to-heart, sort of, and he's like, so you're half demon. And he tells this sob story about his backstory when he was a kid in, like, ancient Korea, and his family was suffering, so he was, like, busking or something, but he wasn't making much money, so he made a pact with a demon, and the demon gave him, like, a beautiful voice or something, and then he made money, and his family prospered, but, you know, once that was done, his soul was claimed, and he became a demon, so that's his story. And he's telling him, like, okay, but, like, she tells her backstory, and essentially it's a back and forth of, like, are we good, are we bad type deal. She seems to be getting through with him, and she's like, listen, you're cursed with the same demonic part that I have. You're not, like, full demon or whatever, which is true. So, listen, why don't you help Huntrix win the, again, Top of the Pops, because I don't remember what it's called. Help us win that, and it'll close the door off forever, because I guess apparently they've done so much and it's getting so strong, this barrier, that like the next one will close it forever. So says, listen, you do that, you help us win, I'm free of my demonic stuff, these marks will go away, you'll be free of yours, etc. Let's do it. And he seems kind of, alright, maybe he seems like he's into it. Anyway, we cut back to the band practicing, and her voice is still not great. Her voice is good now, but she's not really feeling the lyrics. They're like too negative or something. And I guess after her heart-to-heart with Genu, she's kind of like, I don't know, man. But she doesn't want to say that either. She doesn't want to say I'm conspiring with the enemy, right? So that's a whole thing, whole sneaking around bit, which a lot of movies do that. It's kind of necessary to make some, I don't know what you call it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So anyway, that's the story. She's not feeling the lyrics. They're kind of fighting about it, whatever. Well, what do we do then? I don't know. They're like, hey, listen, like, what aren't you telling us? Like, even at the autograph thing, you're like, we can sit together and, like, hooray for the Saja boys. Like, what is up with you? But before they can do anything, there's, like, a little flash. I guess they get, like, a red flash where they know that demon activity is coming. So they gear up and they run down. And there's this whole big battle on a train, and a bunch of demons pile out, and, you know, he's there, obviously, and they have a whole thing. And, or is he there? Oh, fuck, I don't remember. There's a swarm of demons, though. But anyway, needless to say, it's the first time they fail in saving people, because it's such a big swarm that when they go into the train and check, everyone's gone, meaning their souls are captured or whatever. So that's not ideal. So they're like, okay, this isn't good. Now what? There's another meeting where she calls him to meet her or something, and there's like a little bit of like faux romance, like, oh, is this a date? And she's like, no, ew. And some woman selling bracelets comes up. She's like, you want to buy a bracelet for your girlfriend? And they're like, oh god, no. But then there's like awkward, like, do they like each other? Ooh. Anyway, that's the gist of that one. There's more heart to heart. He agrees. He's like, okay, I'm gonna help you guys. Okay, we're gonna do this. You guys are gonna win. I'll make sure the Saja boys lose. We're groovy. They part ways. He's immediately teleported to, like, Demon Hell Dimension, whatever it is, where Demon King is not very pleased with that. He's not impressed. And he kind of weasels his way out of it, saying, yeah, I'm, like, literally fucking with her. He's like, okay, good, because don't forget. And then we learn more about the backstory. Turns out, he wasn't as noble as his story suggests. He actually contacted a demon, I guess, to better his own life, and ditched his family completely. And that's why he is now a demon. So he's a little shithead, really. But you still get the impression in this interaction that Rumi was getting through to him. You know, maybe a little bit of redemption arc. I don't know. We'll see, right? We'll see. Anyway, needless to say, It's the big night, big concert. They head down, and Bobby comes running up. He's like, "Oh my god, guys! Like the Saja boys are fighting right now." And so Rumi, of course, is thinking, "Oh my god, good. He's like making sure they lose." So they're up first, and they do their Golden song. They decided on that beforehand. They're not going to do the takedown. They're going to do Golden. So perfect. So they do that, and it's doing great. Her voice is back. She has like a solo part, and the girls are going backstage quickly, and I guess to get some water or something while she finishes her solo part. And they see Bobby being taken by these demons, so they go follow him. And turns out that, yeah, it wasn't actually Bobby, because Bobby walks up later and he's watching Rumi singing, and these two are thinking that he's being... Anyway, whole thing. They get basically the demons separate them. When it gets to the part where the other two are supposed to join on stage again, they don't make it, and the music and lights cut out, and all of a sudden the beginning of Takedown starts. And Rumi's like, what the hell? And then they join on the side, supposedly. We find out they're like an apparition version of them. So demons taking the physical appearance of Mira and Zoe, and they start doing Takedown, but those two are like circling Rumi like sharks and singing these like Takedown lyrics to her, like "you're a liar," or whatever, blah blah. Damn, okay. That's harsh. The song ends and she goes backstage and she sees them there. She's like, wait, how are you two there? You were just... But her shirt, I guess, is ripped or open or something, and they see the demon marks, and they're like, ah. She's like, okay, I can explain. And they're like, oh no. There's a tense moment for a second. She tries to explain, and you see Rumi and Mira sad, but they prepare their weapons, because a demon's a demon, right? But they hesitate, and they let her run off. And she runs and goes and finds Gino, and she's like, you fucker, like, how? You just fucked my whole life up. Sorry, I'm swearing a lot. I do that sometimes. Maybe I should put a little PG warning on the video or something, whatever. Anyway, she's pissed off, and he's like, yeah, I was literally lying to you. Like, I was just, you know, trying to be a fucker, essentially. You can tell his pride is making him say he was being a dick deliberately because, well, I mean, initially he was actually genuinely going to help her, and then the demon guy tells him you're hopeless, you can't, you know, get rid of what you are, and you're a demon now, whatever. So anyway, change of heart. Whatever. So they announce on the radio that there was a big breakup of Huntrix, because it happened on stage where they like dissed the shit out of her and like stormed off, and that's the end of the band. Big breakup, right? Also the in real life confrontation backstage. So that's yeah. So they're done for. So they say, okay, well, because of that, we have to give it to the Saja boys. They automatically win, which is not good. You start seeing the shield fluctuate. So I guess they can see the shield. It's like a bluish hue, but you see little reddish spots, meaning I think they were red, or were they purple? I can't remember. But anyway, the not blue parts are little holes in the shield or field or whatever. So then we get a big thing where demons, I guess, or the Demon King is talking to her allies. So first it gets to Bobby and is like, I don't remember what it says exactly, but he ends up like picking up a Saja boys like thing and saying, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna maybe work for them or something like that. And it even gets to Mira and Zoe too, so they get demoned. All the fans are like that, and the Saja boys put up like a big thing on a billboard saying, listen, we're all really sad about the Huntrix breakup. Yeah, right. Crocodile tears. So to cheer everyone up, we're going to do a concert randomly in the middle of the, you know, down the street. So they do that. They start doing this concert, and they're in like full demon gear, like their black outfits and their hats and their eyes are all glowy, and, you know, that was some creepy. Anyway, yeah, they do their little song. It's not Soda Pop, thank God, because I didn't want to hear that again. Oh, jeez. Again, we'll get into the music after, but they have their whole thing, and Rumi shows up, and she's like fully embraced her demon things, and they're all glowing and all that shit, and yeah, basically she starts giving her spiel and singing a song, and the other girls end up joining her, and there's like this whole Sailor Moon-y thing where like there's like rainbowy ripples and magic in the air, and like the demon-y colors changed from like their basic color to like rainbowy. Sailor Moon-y is the only way I can explain it. I don't know how else to explain it. But or like the shimmer from like whatchamacallit, Annihilation. What a weird comparison. But anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. Basically, she's all like accepting herself, and you know, even Celine, that there was a moment there, and she was like trying to convince Celine to just like do what you have to do and end me, and Celine's like, no, fuck that. So anyway, she got her self mojo back, and she comes to the stage, and as she's singing, people are starting to snap out of it a little bit, and her compadres join her. I guess they're the first to snap out. They're hunters, so they're going to be the ones that snap out of it first. They go by her side. The Demon King rises in the background and gives this whole spiel about, you suck, I'm going to kick your ass, it's over for you, accept what you are. All the stuff that you got to say to someone to break them down. But there's no breaking down Rumi at this point, and her friends are by her side despite her being part demon, and they are ready to kick some ass. So Demon King fires a bunch of demons, and the boy band jumps down to try to take them out too, and Genu stays behind. He's not joining the fray. Wonder what that means. Well, we'll find out. They're kicking the demons' asses because they're just overpowering them completely. Anyway, one of them even, I think it was Zoe, who was like, "Man, I'm sick of your stupid abs. You're really cute, but I'm still gonna kill you," and like cuts his abs like a little shape. That was kind of funny. I mean, so he's dead. And the Demon King's like, okay, well, you know what? You're still not going to win. And he blasts this, like, demon beam down at her, and she's at Rumi while the other two are still fighting off demons, and she's trying to hold it with her sword, and all of a sudden the beam sort of, like, disappears, I guess, and she opens her eyes, and there's Genu taking the whole force of the beam. Self-sacrifice, very noble. And he's like, she's like, I could have saved you, we could have, and he's like, you already did save me. You gave me back my soul, and now I'm giving it to you. And his soul, like, as he evaporates, his soul, like, swirls around and goes into her. And then, yeah, basically the whole crowd starts singing along as they're singing more. It's a musical, basically. Let's just get that out of the way if I didn't say that. So the crowd's singing, and their support and their souls are, like, beaming into her to, like, help her get stronger or whatever. And she jumps up and slashes, and Demon King splits in half and reforms, and there's a whole big thing. And, yeah, basically, they win. Long story short, they win. Everything's happy. Yeah, Sailor Moon shit happens. They kill the big demon. Everything's good. Everyone gets their souls back, by the way. Every demon they were slaying in this big onslaught, I guess, was empowered with a soul. So I guess they need a soul to come to, like, our level or something? Maybe that's what it is? I'm not really sure. Anyway. I don't know the full lore, I apologize. But yeah, souls are going back as each demon is slayed, and once everyone's done, everyone's soul's back, hooray. Except for Genu, who's evaporated, so that's fun. And all's well that ends well. And then we cut to the bathhouse, and finally the three girls get to relax in the bathhouse. And they're like, finally, and even Rumi's like, I can't believe it took me so long to, like, agree to this with you guys. And they're like, I told you. Well, we saved the world. I guess we can actually take our vacation now, right? Yeah, sounds perfect. They go into the alleyway and they see three little fans talking, and they're all wearing like Huntrix gear and whatever. And they're like, you know what? Maybe we don't need a break after all. And they go and meet the fans, and it's super happy. And lo and behold, you see the little crow guy and the tiger guy on a roof looking down, and they're kind of like not smiling, but they're like eye smiling. I don't know. So are they demons? I don't know. Maybe they're good demons. Maybe they're just spirits. Anyway, that's the end of the movie, and the credits roll. All's well that ends well. So, what did I think of this movie? There was a ton of hype about this. Still is. So, I mean, I kind of felt obligated. I gotta see this. Like, anytime there's something that's got a lot of hype, I have to check it out. I don't even care what genre it is. I don't normally do, like, anime or musicals or anything like that, but let's do it. Let's see what happens. Did it hold up to the hype, though? Surprisingly, yes. I was very pleasantly surprised. I went in here thinking that it would be kind of like a fluff piece, something for people who like anime, people who like K-pop, younger people. And while it obviously was made for that group, I can honestly say that the story was pretty good. The animation was great. The music... Let's talk about the music for a second. So I actually genuinely enjoyed every song except for Soda Pop. Way too bubblegum for me. But I really appreciate like a good synth-driven track, and a lot of these tracks were very synth-driven. One of them even had like a bit of a retro wave vibe to that. So if anyone who knows me knows I love that stuff. So the music was genuinely good. I don't know if it was the actors singing, but if it was, they have great voices. It was very, very shiny and polished production, so that was enjoyable. My biggest issue with musicals is I don't normally like them because A, it takes you out of the movie a little bit, and B, generally speaking, I don't care for the style of musical songs. I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but like musical songs have that this is a musical vibe to it, where these are just genuinely just songs. That doesn't make sense, but maybe it was just the genre that made me get into it. I don't know. Anyway, they were good. Like I said, all of the story was decent. The characters actually did genuinely have their own personalities. You actually cared about what happened to these characters. In my description, it might have sounded like the Roomie show, but it was definitely a team effort, right? Like, she was a centerpiece, obviously, but like you cared about the other two also. You even care about Buddy Boy from the Saja Boys there a little bit, so that's fun. There's a lot of exposition to get through, so I guess maybe the backstory was a little bit rushed, but not to the point of it really affecting anything too badly. It was very, like, it did have a lot of like anime tropes. Like, you got the three pretty girls like being like pigs eating food, like, you know, you got that. You got the standard like anime faces, like if someone says something and then they're just like, you know, like I don't know how to explain that. I'm not an anime expert, but from what I've seen in this and what I've seen in the few that I've seen, like, great sentence, right? They do that a lot, but it's like 3D anime. I don't know if this is actually considered an anime or not, because it seemed like it wasn't, but it was imitating it, maybe? I don't know. Is this an anime? Tell me, because I genuinely don't know. That being said, yeah, so what did we say? So the story's good, the music is great, the characters are good, the voice acting was solid. The anime tropes made it fun, so that's not a negative to me either, really. I gotta think of a negative, because I can't just gloat about it, right? Every movie has a negative. So what is this film's negative? I guess maybe the backstory having to be rushed a little bit, but it didn't even feel that bad, so I don't really know. All in all, I liked it. I liked K-pop Demon Hunters, so take that for what it is. And I'm looking forward to, if they make a sequel, I will be watching it. I didn't think I would ever be saying that, but yes, that's the story. So, should you watch it? I would say yes, regardless of your thoughts. Like I said, I came in here expecting a fluff piece, nothing movie that's just, you know, a feel-good time with some fun songs, and it's a little deeper than that. It's not like super deep. Like, it doesn't get like, I compared it to like Buffy, or I compared them to Buffy earlier, but like Buffy's like storytelling gets way deeper, obviously, but like this is an hour-and-a-half movie, so you can't go like insane. But the two aren't comparable in any way, so I don't even know why I used that reference. It's because I don't have anything to reference it to. Like I said, I don't really watch anime, so I can't compare it to anything like that. It's really its own creature for me. Yeah, so yeah, check it out. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, so it'll probably be on Netflix forever. I can't see them taking it down, especially when it's doing this good. And I'm almost certain that it's going to fuel sequels, or at least one sequel. So yeah, check it out. What am I going to rate it? Now this is interesting. Again, I was expecting, you know, maybe it might be a 5.5, because like the animation did look good, and the clips of music are, you know, it was catchy. I'm going to shock myself even. I'm going to give this an 8.1. Yeah. Yeah, very pleasantly surprised. I don't really have much more to say. Just check it out. You'll either understand what I'm saying, or you'll be like, this guy's an idiot. And both are equally valid. So, I guess we'll leave it at that. Yeah, surprise of the year for me so far. Check it out. Honestly, you'll either love it or you'll not. That's such great advice, right? But yeah. Okay, we'll call it, because I'm rambling now, and I've said basically everything I need to say. Go check it out. 8.1. K-pop Demon Hunters.